Welcome back, everyone. If you are new here, this podcast talks about the issues that matter most to seniors, caregivers, and families who want the very best in compassionate care. I am your host, Janelle, and today's episode, we are talking about how to stay hydrated and some precautions we can take as we delve into the summer months. Summer is a time of sun and the fun, but this also means heat waves, storms, fires, smoke hazards, and flooding. Today's episode, we discuss staying safe during the summer months. We will cover hydration tips, how to stay cool, sun protection, and lastly, smoke and storm safety.
Hi, it's Karen and Rick with Just Like Family Home Care. Do your parents need more care than you can give? We're here to help. We offer 24-hour premium care with a consistent helper.
Our home care services include transportation, personal care, housekeeping, and even overnight and dementia care.
At Just Like Family, we focus on relationships, ensuring your loved one is matched with someone perfect for them. We can help you navigate the aging journey and change your life. Learn more and go to justlikefamily.ca.
Summer is a beautiful time, but it has its fair share of risks, including heat waves, fire, smoke, and sudden storms. During the summer months, we can often experience a rise in temperatures. With this comes the potential for heat strokes and dehydration. Summer heat can be dangerous and is even more dangerous for seniors. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, and this means that they may not feel thirsty even though their body is dehydrated. So why is staying hydrated so important? It helps to regulate your body temperature, which is crucial, and it helps to keep your organs working properly and even boosts energy levels. The average person should be drinking 1.5 to 2 liters per day, but this can vary depending on medication, activity level, and general health conditions. So, here are a few ideas to stay cool and hydrated over the summer. First, we can consider eating foods that are high in water content. So this can include watermelons, cucumbers, lettuce, zucchini, strawberries, cantaloupe, oranges, and even broths and soups. We can also offer electrolyte drinks. This can be helpful if they're flavored drinks. For people who struggle to drink fluids, using a fancy or personal water bottle can help make drinking more enjoyable. It's also beneficial to make drinking fluids as part of a routine. The caregiver should be modeling the behavior by also having a water bottle on hand and drinking their own fluids. That way, it encourages everyone to also drink without feeling that it's just a demand. Hey, drink this water, drink this, drink this. We can also offer small sips rather than encouraging to drink a large glass in a single setting. We can also limit asking, do you want water, and just automatically having something out for them. So you can have a glass of water or juice or electrolyte drink, whatever it is, placed near their table in the living room, kitchen, bedroom, whatever it may be. To stay cool, we can use a cold cloth, especially on the neck, wrist, or forehead. Make sure it's not too cold though. The other obvious way to stay cool is to stay inside or stay in shaded areas. Now, there is this misconception that going to the lake for the day because around the water is supposed to keep you cool, but they've actually proven that it's actually safer for you to go on a walk where it's highly shaded with trees, because being at the lake actually exposes you to the sun. So we want to avoid direct sunlight as much as possible. Another idea to kind of keep in mind to stay cool this summer is to consider doing your walks or outings earlier in the morning if that's possible. We can also use a spray bottle as a gentle mist. Opening windows at night for cool air and keeping rooms shaded with curtains or blackout blinds during the day can be very helpful. Obviously, fans and air conditioning, making sure there's that airflow in the room. We also want to ensure that we are dressing light, loose, and breathable clothing, such as cotton or moisture-wicking fabrics. So as I've mentioned, staying hydrated during the summer months is really important for all of us. But what are the signs of dehydration? Dehydration can look like dry mouth and lips, fatigue or confusion, dizziness or lightheadedness, dark colored urine, headaches and feeling less hungry, and sometimes it can look like a rapid heartbeat. I also want to take a moment to expand on sun safety and mention we don't want to forget the sunscreen. Seniors are more vulnerable to the sunburn because their skin is thinner. Medications can also increase sun sensitivity. When using a sunscreen, we want to use a minimum of SPF 30 and apply before going outside. We also want to ensure that we are reapplying sunscreen at most every 2 hours. Wide-brimmed hats, sunglasses, breathable clothing are all important to consider for sun protection. The next summer hazard is fire and smoke. During the summer months, there is a potential for forest fires near us. As Albertans, or even Canadians in general, we are on a high alert for wildfires during the summer and into fall. Poor air quality can drift into your community and possesses a serious threat, particularly to seniors and especially to those with respiratory or heart conditions. Smoke is dangerous because seniors have weaker lungs and immune systems. Certain conditions can make people more vulnerable, such as COPD, asthma, or heart disease. Despite popular belief, though, humidifiers do not help during the smoky season. Why? Well, because humidifiers do not remove the smoke particles that are in the air, and instead it adds moisture to the air, which can sometimes make it actually feel worse. So we don't want to use humidifiers when it's smoky outside. What we can do instead is we want to create a quote-unquote clean room. What I mean by this is have one room of the house that is sealed off from the outside, so there's no outdoor access to the house or outdoor access to the room, and there's no outside air coming into that room, and we can have a purifier in that room. I would recommend making this the bedroom or the living room, as these are the two spaces that we use most during the day. If you do have an air purifier, consider taking that out and using that in a room that doesn't have access to the outside air. So, what are some signs that someone is struggling with smoke exposure? This can look like coughing or wheezing, shortness of breath, chest discomfort, irritation in the eyes, nose, or throat, increased fatigue or confusion, and it can also worsen existing health conditions. As a caregiver, we can monitor the smoke and keep an eye on windows and ensure they are closed during smoke advisories. During smoke advisories, we also want to limit outdoor activities, and if it's available, we can also offer a mask and use a HEPA air purifier indoors. Okay, the next topic is storms. In Alberta specifically, we can encounter bad weather in the summer months, including heavy rains, which can lead to flooding and hail, and obviously hail results to damage. So during lightning and thunderstorms, we can stay indoors and stay away from windows. This is important to note because many of us like to sit by a window to either enjoy the view or the weather, rain or shine. Storm watching from the comfort of your home can be a fun sight, but we should take precautions to avoid windows during hailstorms specifically and lightning storms. Another precaution to take is to avoid wired electronics during a storm. You want to avoid using any electronics that are plugged into a household outlet or plugged into any sort of electrical outlet. So ensuring electronics are fully charged before the storm arrives. We also want to avoid bathing or showering during storms because water and plumbing can conduct electricity. If by some chance you're outside when a storm happens, You want to seek shelter as quickly as possible, and this should be a building or a vehicle. You do not want to seek shelter under a tree. So a storm is brewing, it's coming in. What can we do? As a caregiver, it's a good idea to consider things like securing any patio furniture or outdoor objects, because if you're in the middle of a windstorm, those objects can start to fly, they can break windows, and it can lead to bigger issues. So we want to make sure that patio furniture, anything outside, is secured. Put it into the garage, shed, whatever it may be. If there's a client vehicle in the driveway and they have a garage, consider moving that vehicle into the garage. Flooding is also another possibility, and this is one of the many reasons I recommend having a grab-and-go bag, which was covered in a previous episode. It is a good idea to consider having emergency supplies on hand and a grab-and-go bag. So in this bag, like I said, which I've already mentioned in another episode, we want to know evacuation routes and emergency shelters. I recommend having a printed map and directions to the nearest emergency shelter and a layout of the evacuation route. I suggest having this in a duotang or some similar sort of setup. Put it into this bag that you can just grab and take with you as soon as an emergency happens. This grab and go bag should just be kept by the door, closet near the front door, near an exit, maybe near the garage. You can even keep it in the car. That would be fine too. If you want a full list of grab-and-go supplies or a checklist that could go into your grab-and-go bag, you can contact the office and we will send you a PDF on the grab-and-go bag. Summer is a time of fun, family gatherings, barbecues, picnics at the lakes, driving around, enjoying the views. We often do not associate summer as having risks or emergencies that we should prepare for, and I hope today's episode brought you some valuable insight regarding some simple precautions that we can take to keep ourselves and our seniors safe, hydrated and protected, and prepared for summer hazards. If you are a caregiver, check for daily heat waves, monitor for any substantial storms, and monitor that you and those around you are staying hydrated. Thanks for tuning in for today's episode at Just Like Family Home Care Calgary podcast. We believe in being proactive and compassionate care that empowers others to live independently. Please share this episode. Stay hydrated, cool, and safe this summer.